Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, December 9. The Development Bank of Jamaica, DBJ, will be on-lending $5 billion to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, over the next 12 months. The undertaking will be facilitated under government's revamped Credit Enhancement Facility, CEF. The CEF is financed by the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, and allows the DBJ to provide partial guarantees to affiliated approved financial institutions. This is to cover up to 90% of individual MSME loans not exceeding $49 million for up to 10 years. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke says the CEF was recently enhanced and repackaged with technical support from the IDB to provide greater support for MSMEs.
With their advice, we have been able to revamp that program entirely and use a portfolio approach for the insurance purposes, where the first loss up to a level that is way beyond the historical bad debt ratios of commercial institutions, the DBJ guarantees. And with that portfolio approach, we have been able to increase the potential size of the facility by 9 times.
The finance minister was speaking recently at the launch of the IDB's 50th anniversary. He pointed out that since the establishment of the Credit Enhancement Facility 10 years ago, a total of $5 billion had been on-lent to MSMEs through financial institutions. Both houses of Parliament have now approved legislation to merge the functions of the Heart Trust NTA with the National Youth Service, the Apprenticeship Board, and the Jamaican Foundation for Lifelong Learning. The House of Representatives approved the Human Employment and Resources Training Amendment and Change of Name Act 2019 on November 19, and the Senate gave its assent last Friday with 17 amendments. The bill will repeal the Apprenticeship Act and the National Youth Service Act. The merger will create an institution that will refocus all the government's training resources into one agency. Acting Leader of Government Business in the Senate, Colonel Charles Jr., says the bill is a critical element of human capital development.
So the objective for the government, Mr. President, is for us to reach more unattached youth, steer and mentor them with greater opportunities to work, learn, earn, and for them to give back through service.
As it steps up its own vector control efforts, the Ministry of Health and Wellness is suggesting that householders use a domestic insecticide such as Bagan and Pyro to help rid their homes of the mosquitoes that cause dengue fever. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made that suggestion in a national broadcast Sunday night, in which he gave an update on government's dengue intervention efforts. He says using the domestic insecticides will target mosquitoes in the areas of the home that are not usually reached by fogging, such as in the closets and under beds. He, however, warns that persons who have respiratory illnesses or who are at risk for respiratory illnesses, such as asthma, should not participate in this exercise.
To decrease the likelihood of health effects of the spraying, all persons must leave the space for at least 20 minutes after spraying and take other precautions as necessary.
In the meantime, Dr. Tufton says additional vehicles and fogging machines have been bought as it expands the fogging program in high-risk and other communities. Other interventions include the employment of 1,000 temporary vector control workers to help eliminate breeding sites in communities and rollout of a public education campaign. The ministry is also partnering with the National Solid Waste Management Authority to clean up areas and working with the municipal corporations and MPs for vector control activities in communities.
The ministry has also increased opening hours in some health centers up to 8 p.m. and on Saturdays in other health centers. Provided free treatment for children under 12 years old at the University Hospital of the West Indies, and activated emergency operations centers at the ministry and in all parishes.
Dr. Tufton stresses that with the end of the year approaching, the health sector faces its busiest time, with increase in vector-borne disease as well as gastroenteritis, influenza, and influenza-like illnesses and trauma. He's appealing to Jamaicans to partner with the government by taking action to destroy mosquito breeding sites in their surroundings and supporting the ministry's routine vector control activities by allowing the workers to safely carry out their duties. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.